Hello everyone, just checking in on everybody today out here in nature with the birds, the bees, and the trees where I love to be. And so just wanted to drop in again, see how everyone's doing. And just want to tell you to continue to stay encouraged. Make sure that you are in control of all of your thoughts as well as your actions. Don't allow anybody to um, cause you to be paralyzed in a state of fear of the different things that we are bombarded with on a daily basis. One of the things I can agree with Donald Trump on is fake news. And so you have to understand that a lot of these media outlets are being controlled and they're giving you what they want you to have. So, on that note, make sure you are getting the news that you need to get that is not um, tainted and I tell you what, right now I'm at the point I'm more prone to believe almost anything besides what come off that that TV, that tell lie vision. It tells lies to your vision all the time. I'm at being at a point where I don't even watch the news, and I would say to you to be careful how much of it that you take in. If you're in a household with someone that loves the news, then hey, put your headphones on, close your eyes, do something. But make sure that you are guarding your thoughts with everything that you have. So just again dropping in, wanting to tell you to be careful with your thoughts because there is a such thing out there that's called Hegelian dialectics, and this thing is it's very old. It's a model that was put in place, and it has been used for many decades. And so, as a matter of fact, I'm going to read you basically what it is and see if any of this sounds familiar with what we are dealing with right now. So, Hegelian dialectics is where the ruling of elite create a problem, anticipating in advance the reaction of the population to the crisis and thus conditioning the people to call for change. Um, in other words, you got a person uh, or a group that has an agenda. This agenda that they have, they create a problem for it, and then they look for the reaction, the response that they're going to get from the chaos that's going on in the midst of the problem they've created. And then they have a predetermined solution. Notice I said predetermined. They already know what they're going to do, they already know what they want the outcome to be. So be careful how you choose sides in these different um, uh, problems that they have created for the masses, because at the end of the day what they really want to happen is for it to put us in a place where the few control the many. When the population is properly conditioned, the desired agenda of the ruling elite is presented as the solution, and then the solution they present is not intended to solve the problem at all, you know and but to serve as the basis for a new problem. This sounding familiar yet? Okay. Or exacerbating the existing one. So when the newly created problem reaches the boiling point, it becomes the foundation for the people to uh, clamber for change again, you know. And so this is a process that's repeated over and over and over again. All the time, it's moving society towards whatever endpoint that they have in mind. So you have to watch that. Matthew 24, in the book of Matthew 24, the scripture says that if it were possible, even the very elect will be deceived. So we're sitting back, kind of acting like we're helpless, and has let a lot of the news paralyze us into thinking there's nothing we can do. There is something you can do. First of all, you got to make sure that you're not allowing your thoughts and your actions to be controlled by what you hear. You know, we see that these different things is doing nothing but creating chaos. You have to remember also, whatsoever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So there's different things that you could be doing. You know, we just, some of us, I don't know, maybe we just, I hope you hadn't thrown in the towel, and I know you hadn't did that. But you know, maybe some of us are still trying to think our way through everything that's going on, because I'm telling you, this thing can not only create a problem on the outside of you, it can create conflict on the inside of you. I see a lot of people right now that's even battling with different things, um, that they don't really know if they should be, should I do it? Should I not? You know, should I take this? Or should I not take this? You know, whatever that thing may be. But, you know, you're going to have to think for yourself. That's something that we really don't like to do. We don't really like to engage our brain into thinking. But I've always been a person uh, that was a solutionist. I don't care what kind of problem I had, or even somebody may bring me a problem, their problem, and we're talking about it the whole time they're talking. I hear your problem, but my mind is trying to figure out a solution, you know, because just sitting there harping on what is, or what has happened, without trying to figure out a way to get past that, you're going to be stuck. And sometimes you could be stuck a whole lot longer than you want to be stuck. And that is not a good place to be. So make sure that you are in control of your thoughts. Make sure that you are in search for a solution, rather than sitting there harping on the problem and just constantly talking about the problem. You know, we have got to come together and figure these things out. And, you know, I love what one Chinese philosopher said. He said, you know, let me make sure I'm quoting him correctly. If you want to overcome your adversary, if you want to win, you got to first make him believe it's impossible for him to win. And so this is kind of like what they're doing to us. It's all a game, you know. And I hate that we're caught up in it, but we're in it, you know. So either you're gonna learn how to make the moves that you need to make on this chess board, or you know. So continue to stay hopeful. Um, Always remember that there is light at the end of the tunnel. I can promise you that. And know, as I always say, that I love you over here at Green Life Garden Home DIY channel. Um, if you have any comments or anything you want to discuss, you know, just go ahead and drop it down there in the comment section. I'll be glad to read it. And just know that, you know, this too is something that will eventually pass on over, but don't allow yourself to be caught up um, in the midst of this, and feel like the victim, and you know, start feeling sorry for yourself. And for God's sake, don't sit there and fear, because that is the one thing that is going to really drive it home for those that are trying to create the chaos. You know, if a person sometimes could put enough fear in another individual, then, or thing, even put that fear in an animal, you know, that individual would, you know, go ahead and react and do what that person want them to do without them having to even do anything, you know, because fear will make you do some things, you know. And they used to always tell us, don't mess with a scary person. Don't mess with a scary person, because you don't know what they may do, you know, and that was so true. So um, just be careful in your thoughts. Make sure you love one another. Don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. I hope you continue to have a fantastic Friday, and peace, love, blessings, and I'm out. One love.